What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Yamcast. Today is episode 40. Holy crap, can't you believe we've done 40 of these episodes?
Yep, it's time for the Yamcast to run out and buy itself a fancy sports car. Prove it's still got it.
Absolutely. So today we are checking out some news from the Yamaha MotoGP. We're also checking out news from the electric manufacturers, Honda, some other guys looking at some electric motorcycles, and I cannot remember our last bit of news.
Our last piece of news has to deal with motorcycle shows and BMW's presence in them.
Excellent. Good deal. And then we've also got our call-in section, of course, and then we'll be wrapping it up with a meme contest. It's going to be a good one. Let's get started.
So, diving right in, we will tackle our news about electric motorcycles. This is a really interesting piece of news saying that Japanese and European manufacturers are going to work to develop swappable batteries. This is a very cool thing, and it's something that electric bikes are desperately going to need. Desperately going to need.
Yeah. So the idea here basically is from a company called Gogoro, where you can go up and let's say you have an electric vehicle, you pull the battery out of your vehicle and you basically hot swap it on one of their existing terminals. So you basically, reduce charge times because you don't have any charge times. You would just drop off your discharged battery and then ride off with a freshly charged one. That's kind of the idea around that as far as I understand, right?
Yeah, it's just a quick little hot swap. I would be interested to see how it works in reality, how you keep people from stealing the batteries, how...
I guess maybe it's like, in order to pull one out, you got to put one in.
Yeah, I guess.
That could be pretty simple, right?
But this is a super duper simple way to solve the range problem.
Yes. Because
the range problem is a real problem. It's a big problem. And here we have the KTM CEO saying for... powered two-wheelers, the constraints of electric drivetrains regarding range, charging time, and initial costs are still evident. What we were saying, to overcome these challenges and provide a better customer experience, swappable battery system on international technical standards will become a viable solution.
I mean, it's basically the same idea of using gasoline as a fuel and standardizing it and saying, all right, octanes can change by state, but, everybody refines and makes gasoline in the same way. You're not going to go to one state over and have some moonshine or something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a nice way to get around that range issue. And assuming these batteries have, 70 miles of range in them,
that's more than our Zero did the other day.
Yeah. We still need to go out and do that range torture test on it.
Yeah, maybe next week we can take it out and just see how far it'll go.
Yep. And, 70 miles of range, they make these stations prevalent enough. And if the batteries, take, 2 hours to charge, zero to empty, or zero to full rather, then... That's a good system. Yeah,
and maybe something you can do that I just thought of is, maybe you have like a, kind of like those electric scooters do where people get paid to go pick them up and stuff and recharge them. Maybe you can do that with these where like if you show up with the fully charged battery from the day, maybe you get paid back for it or something like that, to reduce the load on the grid or something like that. There's lots of interesting things that you can start thinking about whenever you open this up like in this way.
Personally, one thing I would like to not see, and this seems really easy for them to work in, is a subscription model.
Oh yeah, like, you know that they'd want to just kind of shove that in there.
Yeah,
everything's a subscription now.
Some sort of subscription where instead of getting the 70-mile batteries, you get the 140-mile batteries.
Yeah,
and you get to swap them out at more stations or something like that.
Yeah, well, it opens up an interesting idea of like just what is human transport, right?
Yeah.
I've read some articles that discuss that in the future, car ownership might not be a thing anymore. It might be to where you just pay, $150 a month and you have access to credits for like an Uber to take you different places.
Yeah.
Maybe with an autonomous vehicle, it could just be like a thing that just keeps kind of going around and you just jump in one and go where you need to go. But I do think, especially for Americans, owning a vehicle is still a big sense of pride.
Oh, yeah.
And people want to own their own vehicles and stuff, especially in a world where people are starting to own less and less things, you know? It's not, you got to own some things. But this would be great if, we're seeing this one with the little electric Vespa, which I think, given the way that Europe kind of functions with their scooters and their two-wheel vehicles, you'll probably see it, be launched in those kinds of markets before you'd ever see this in somewhere like America. But it could be really cool if you had swappable batteries. It would solve the problem of like the off-road electric rider.
Yeah.
If you could show up to the trail and maybe he doesn't carry the batteries with him, but maybe he wants to ride motocross for like 3 hours and he's got 2 extra batteries with him. It'd be like bringing an extra can of gas.
You can just hot swap them.
You bring your batteries, you hot swap them, you have yourself some fun.
Because that's the thing about the FXS.
Yes.
The Zero FXS.
Oh my God.
It has like
25 miles a range, 30.
It's got 70 in the city. So in reality, that's like 40 miles.
Yeah,
That's
nothing.
brutal.
It's nothing.
You go through that in 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you could actually get enough batteries to hot swap them, and you can have several, and they're not overly expensive, because back in the day, replacing a Zero's battery was $3,000.
Jeez.
Yeah, with the FX, with the just Zero S, it costs $3,000 to replace a battery.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
And nowadays you get the power tank for $2,500 more on the purchase price.
Interesting.
Which is just a slightly bigger battery.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This could be the way they solve the range issue.
Yeah. And it's just really cool to see that, because this Gogoro thing has been around for a little bit. I heard about these guys a while back. You quitting the cowboy life?
I'm quitting the cowboy life. The sun's going down.
All right, I understand. You're about to kick back in the saddle and, take the cowboy hat off.
Yep.
Crack open a beer.
Just let it ride.
Let it ride. But what I was going to say is the Gogoro thing has been around for a while, but to see that, is it Honda, KTM, and who else that's going to kind of link together?
It was Honda, KTM, Piaggio, and Yamaha.
Yeah. I mean, if they all just agree that it's like, all right, we're all going to build batteries in this standard size, then that's really great. That means that in the future, maybe if you wanted to go from a Yamaha electric dirt bike to a KTM electric dirt bike, your existing batteries could work with it, right? The only issue I'm thinking about with this is if we have some kind of leap forward in battery technology, these batteries, maybe they're not going to fit or work in future models,
Yeah.
It'd just be kind of a bummer. And it's weird because I actually was thinking about this with the V4S Multistrada that I'm riding around for the next few days or so. Motorcycles and lots of stuff are starting to resemble tech products so much, and this is one further step in them resembling tech products. Like you were saying, subscriptions for bikes and hot swapping batteries and being like, oh, is it going to be future proof, backwards compatible, right?
Yeah,
all this
yeah.
stuff, right? It starts resembling some kind of phone or something,
Which that's not what you want out of your motorcycle.
I don't personally. Yeah.
So.
That's what I'm going to talk about in my Multistrada review, but yeah, we'll see. But this is cool, look good to see radical kind of thinking here and, some different stuff. And just so everyone knows, it probably doesn't mean that gas motorcycles are going to go away, but we're just thinking about new stuff,
Yeah. So that is our battery news. The next one is a little interesting. So BMW has pulled out of motorcycle shows. So that, the big one being EICMA.
Yeah.
And EICMA's already been canceled for 2020, and EICMA is still scheduled for November, but who knows?
Dude, I mean, I've been to EICMA in 2018 and 19. I cannot fathom an EICMA in today's climate of coronavirus and stuff. It doesn't make any sense at all.
I mean, there's a photo right here.
Yeah, it's nuts to butts in there, especially when you're there after the media and press stuff.
Yep.
Because if you're there in the first 2 days when you have a press pass, it's pretty chill.
Yep.
If you're there the days that are not those days, it's crazy in there. Crazy. You can't move.
Yeah, you're pushing and shoving and trying to get around people. That's not safe.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing here is we've had manufacturers try to adapt, and Suzuki kind of led the path on this one. From what I've seen, they had their virtual world space, their virtual showcase space.
Yep.
Which
Josh is in there right now.
Yep, he's just chilling. He's waiting for.
He's just T-posing in the virtual space.
But I mean, that's kind of a neat thing to do. It's not the same experience really, because you're looking at a bunch of like generic model men.
Yeah.
With Spurgeon from Revzilla or whatever.
Or that really handsome guy that Triumph has.
The really handsome guy.
Really handsome product guy that Triumph has.
But so BMW is now trying to do something like this with their virtual with a virtual space to allow people to get in and see their new stuff.
Yeah.
And that's pretty, I feel like that's going to be more and more the way things work. You look at big tech shows for
like CES and stuff.
Yeah, that stuff's starting to disappear. I went to CES a couple of years ago, and aside from one hall with some kind of cool stuff that was largely pushed by NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, that kind of crew.
Yeah.
It was all just garbage Amazon stuff. Booths filled with fake goofy little robots and drones. And
what's funny is at EICMA it was the same thing. There was probably a fourth of that convention was partitioned for all these kind of like bootleg, low-qual Chinese and Indian knockoff of products and stuff, weird like levers and the random stuff you'll see in ABN, like a lot of that stuff. Yeah, and it was just weird.
And BMW doesn't want to be associated with that, just like Intel doesn't want to be associated with the weird little robo men in the back of CES.
Yeah, so
that's kind of, trade shows are kind of dying a little bit.
Yeah, and you think about it from another angle, dollar for dollar, if you do something like what Harley did in making that awesome promo material with Jason Momoa and this like 25-minute piece of content that gets immediately distributed to the whole fucking world, and by everyone resharing it and talking about it, versus you go physically to a location and hope that like journos and other people like takes photos and talk about it
and spend millions of dollars on a booth.
Totally.
Those booths are ridiculous how much money goes into them.
Yeah. So I think a lot of companies are thinking like, does this make sense? Not only from a coronavirus perspective, but kind of like should we actually, isn't it easier to just make a cool piece of content and just share it?
Yeah. Because it's so,
everyone's going to hear about it anyways,
Yeah. And it's you're getting rid of the middleman, basically. Yeah. You're just instantly delivering people, here's the bike, check it out. It's really cool, like little mini movie about it.
Yeah, because Harley knew that by dropping that movie, like it was going to get shared and picked up everywhere. I made a video about it because I knew it'd get a lot of views. I was like, talk about the Pan America. Cool, But there's also this kind of, pushback from the old guard of like, no, we need to do things this way because it's always been done this way, and this is the prestige of having our booth at EICMA. This is, the good thing about having our motorcycles in this like, flagship kind of place. I think that, really it's going away as newer people come into the fold, but it's the same thing of like, someone asked me the other day, like we were talking like on a business development call, they were like, oh, what's like your print circulation like? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
We have none, zero.
Yeah, I don't print anything. There's no print circulation. So it might be like an old guard thing too.
And it's kind of time for the old guard to just go away a little bit. They if they don't want to, if you want to still write, that's great. Written word is still valuable.
Good. Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard to do, but it just doesn't. People don't care.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
Nope.
So I mean, you need to adapt or die kind of thing, and this is, I think, what if the manufacturers basically force it upon the journalist community. The journalist community is going to start making a lot more videos.
Yeah.
And that it'll get just shared and reshared and reshared and reshared.
Here's a free idea for all your journalists out there that want to keep writing. write your shit down, read it into a script, and then create a video around the script. You're welcome. I just did your job for you. That's what we do, and it gets tons of views.
List videos.
Yep, basically. Or you could just, just write out your... I mean, that's what we did for the Scrambler Comprehensive Review. Wrote out all the thoughts about the bike, and we're like, boom, there it is,
Yep.
That was it.
So that's kind of the state of modern motorcycle shows, and I guess how we're going to move forward. I guess it's not going to, kind of, Makes sense. But and at the end of the day,
the one thing I will miss is there's a sort of like... There's a fun kind of synergy that happens at these trade shows. You get to meet a lot of people, Like I first met the Cardo guys because I went to Italy and I was like, I'm going to come to your booth so we can start talking, and like kind of did like a show of force of like, no, Yammie Noob will fly to Italy and we will get this deal done. This is early days in 2018, but I think stuff like that makes a big difference,
Yeah, getting the face-to-face. So
definitely
that is going to change in the future, but I mean... It's happening everywhere. It's not just motorcycles.
Yeah.
So, but wrapping things up today with some MotoGP news.
Let's talk GP.
Let's talk
GP. We're like 25 days out from the time of filming here to start GP, and we're dying to see the season.
Yep.
And we got to see Rossi's new Petronas livery. Look at him.
It's pretty cool.
Look at him in teal.
Yeah.
He's always got to do the high-vis yellow. I love it.
Yep.
He's got to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different look. It's weird to see him because I've only ever seen him in the Monster Energy blue Yamaha gear.
It's always really weird looking back, and he's been racing for so long. You look at when he was with Honda, I think there was a time too when Movistar was sponsoring Honda bikes, so the Honda riders look like Yamaha riders from like later years. It was really confusing. And then his Ducati years, which we never talk about, but he did look weird on a red bike. I was like, oh my God, Rossi's wearing red, But I honestly think this was a really good move for Rossi. Let's just talk about him really quick. Because honestly, factory Yamaha, lots of drama, lots of weird shit happening, engines blowing up, stuff going on. Let Fabio deal with that. Let Rossi have some fun on the satellite bike, right? He's out there just goofing around. He doesn't give a shit if he wins a championship or not. He's like, whatever,
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good environment because he still likes to just go out and race.
Yeah. That's what he does.
And so this is going to be a good place for him to go out and race, see what he can do.
Yep.
And not have to worry about like satisfying the factory team.
Yeah.
Obviously that series of DNFs that he had really sucked.
Yeah.
Like I think it was Le Mans when it was raining and he
corner?
First or second corner he went down.
Boom, yeah.
First lap he was out.
You're killing me, dude.
That was rough to watch.
Yeah. But the thing is, too, you look at Petronas in MotoGP, and that team has already done so many successes. Like 2020, they had, 6 race wins between Franco and Fabio? Mm-hmm. That's pretty good.
Most of them Franco.
Yeah, Franco towards the back end. Fucking Fabio, man. We'll see what he does this year. But I'm still rooting for the guy. But Frankie's my boy this year. And, it's just... Frankie proved that where they're like, oh, Rossi's going to get last year's bike and Frankie this. I'm like, apparently you don't need the 2020 bike to get it done, know? I hate it when people are like, oh, it's the Yamaha. That's why Maverick and Fabio can't do it. I was like, what about Frankie? He's out there winning races by 3 seconds. What are you talking about? It's ridiculous.
He was crazy to watch these he really got into his groove.
He found the rhythm
towards the end, and if there were a couple more races in that season,
I think he would have taken it.
He would have taken it.
For sure.
100%.
That's why he's my favorite to win this year. I think he's got it.
I think he's got it too.
Especially with, if you guys don't know, him and Valet and Frankie are really good friends off the grid. They are really good friends. You can see them on Instagram at the ranch and training and doing fun stuff. So the synergy there between the two of them is going to be really good. So I'm really excited to see the two of them, honestly.
Yeah. And on a more, global GP scale, with Frankie being as good as he was towards the end, Joan Mir's got to come correct in the first couple of races.
He really does. Yeah, but we were talking about this before we started. The top 10 on the grid is probably separated by half a goddamn second.
Yep.
It's literally just luck at this point, I feel like. It's literally, you roll a D20 to see who's going to win on any given weekend. You have no clue.
Which makes it super exciting.
Yeah. No, honestly, if you guys are not following GP, if you like racing, like F1, like all that stuff, you got to watch GP. It's some of the best racing right now because the field is so competitive. But speaking of competitive, Marc Marquez. What's happening? Still not on a bike. Still not on two wheels.
Don't worry. He's gonna be back next week. He's gonna be back on the bike next week. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know if he'll even be a Qatar.
He probably won't be.
Do you think he'll just be? Here's what I think is gonna happen, and hopefully I'm right. And if I'm right, I'm gonna come back to this. I think this is gonna happen. Marquez is gonna be there in person, wearing his leathers like he did for the promo and the reveal of the new Honda, along with Pole. And I think he's going to show up and he's going to do a couple laps and, maybe free practice, but then not race.
Yep.
I think that's what he's going to do. They're going to show him on the bike, and that's it.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, he's still Marquez, man.
And then they're going to go and be like, "Come on, Stefan. Come on, it's time to get on the Honda, Stefan."
Let him out of the basement for a little bit. But it's going to be weird seeing Pol Espargaro on the Repsol Honda. It's going to be really weird.
Honestly, Pole was showing pretty good rhythm towards the end, too. He snatched up 2 or 3 podiums at the end. I mean, he had every opportunity to win races. It's about time for Pole. Jesus Christ. Come on, Pole. Let's see it,
My girlfriend hates Pol Espargaro.
Really?
She hates Pole.
What's funny is I've watched GP with my girlfriend, too, and I've trained her, whenever Pole's on screen, he's like, "Oh, he's the piss baby, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, he is. That's Pole the piss baby." It's so unfair. It's so unfair to Pole. In other news, not GP related, but in Moto 2, we're also watching Joe Roberts on the new Italitrans machine. He switched teams. That's a winning race bike from last year. So fingers crossed, he's showing good pace so far. Free practice. And we got Cameron Beaubier from Moto America, 5-time Moto America Superbike winner, riding in Moto 2 now. We'll see what he can do. It looks pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to see that, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't followed Moto. I'm one of those guys who GP, big bikes. But I really want to watch some of the slower stuff because that's where the scraps really are.
Dude, Moto 3's crazy.
Yeah.
Moto 3's crazy. At Mugello, I think in 2015, I think it was, the race that I watched, they were 8 abreast going into turn 1. 8 motherfuckers trying to get in there at the end. It's crazy.
Especially coming down that long straight at Mugello into the right-hander.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's crazy is you see those lap times, and I'm like, I don't think I could keep up on a leader bike with these Moto 3 guys. I don't think I could. They're so fast. They're so goddamn fast. Yeah. But Valley's looking good in his colors. We're really excited to see it. And anything else you want to say about GP, Spite?
I can't fucking wait.
I can't wait either, man. I'm so excited.
I cannot fucking wait.
I literally tell my girlfriend every week, I'm like, 20-something days till GP? 14 days till GP? Just remind her every Sunday. I'm like, next Sunday, GP, It's going to be great. All right, guys, let's jump over to the call-in section of our podcast as we wrap up this bit of news.
Guys, do we look as cool as I feel?
I feel really cool. Alrighty, guys, we're doing the call-in portion of our podcast. If you want the opportunity to call in, join us on yammynoob.co. You get access to our Discord server, all kinds of cool stuff. And you can join these. We actually do these Yamcasts live for our members on yammynoob.co. It's a lot of fun. And for this week, we're doing it a little bit differently. We're going to have the Discord members just call in straight on Discord, which makes it a little bit easier for us, better than submitting a Google Voice number. And it's also, the call quality is a little bit better from what I saw.
Yeah.
Yes, it's quite nice. So if you guys want the opportunity to call in, what you got to do is if you're on mobile, press and hold Spite's name on Discord. If you want to drop in a little comment on Discord so people can quickly get at you, Spite. And then you can call in that way. That's going to be a lot easier probably. So let's see if this works for today. Always trying to optimize the Yamcast.
Yeah, make it a little bit easier.
Hey there, Weasel. Can you hear us?
I absolutely can.
Sweet. Welcome to the Yamcast, the new Discord call-in Yamcast, I guess as it were. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Just kind of like to start off, I'd like to give a shout out to Germany 2 Boy and the Yeast Guy for keeping me company in the new the voice channel. That was pretty awesome. For about 2 hours, I talked DTM and MotoGP with Germany 2 Boy, and then for about an hour and a half, just random plain stuff with the Yeast Guy. But I think it's awesome that we've got the little voice channels for our more long-term Discord boys and girls.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, German A2 Boy is definitely the GOAT on the Discord right now.
Oh, yeah. He's a long-term committed Discord boy and a prolific meme maker.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm not eligible for bikes, but I stay here for the shit posting and memes.
Yes.
That's easily worth $5 a month.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
And the other thing I was going to say, and then I'll shut up. I don't really have any questions per se. I've got all my gear stuff sorted out, but I think someone to watch MotoGP this year, I think Jack Miller's going to pull some stuff out at Factory Ducati. I think it's going to be a three-way race between him, Frankie, and Fabio.
Yeah, I could see
Fingers
that.
crossed.
Miller's shown serious pace and rhythm, definitely, towards the end of the year, so he's definitely going to be one to watch with full factory support.
As long as he can keep Quartararo's tear-off out of his air
Yeah,
duct.
I know. Yeah.
I think Quartararo is going to have a shaky first 2-3 races of the season after, tapering off the end of the year. But I fingers crossed he gets his mojo back pretty quickly and he hasn't lost it.
Yeah, seriously, because
but-
his rookie year was incredible, and it'd be a bummer to see him just kind of squander his talent a little bit there. But he's got to get his head on straight. He can do it. He's fast.
And hopefully our Lord and Savior picks up his pace as his new with his new team and his new synergistic ally, partner in crime. So you can always keep your fingers crossed that maybe Rossi will win one more race before he retires.
Oh no, Rossi's going to clinch 10th championship this year. He's got it in the back. Don't
Strong
worry.
words.
Don't worry, he's got it.
Yeah. Well, that's all I wanted to say. You guys
All right.
have a good night.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Weasel.
watching.
See you later.
See ya.
Hey there, Woodard. You are on the Yamcast. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Sweet. Well, welcome to the Yamcast. Thanks for doing the Discord call-in for this week. What can we do for you?
Oh shit! I didn't know I was calling into the Yamcast. So okay. So I got a question that would actually be really good for you because you deal with like dealerships and pricing and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my local Harley dealer happens to have a beautiful 2017 Harley Road King limited edition. It's got a bunch of stuff done to it. It's got a Stage 1 performance kit, all that sort of stuff. Awesome exhaust system, Willie G'd out and everything. But for a 2017, it has 17,900 miles, and they're asking out the door after fees and all tax and all that, something like 28.
Fuck.
Golly.
Yeah.
That's much too much
Yeah,
money.
What year is it again?
2017.
2017 Road King. Man, to be honest, I know that the Harley pricing thing is kind of nuts, and I've only bought the Sportster, which was the cheapest Harley they make, basically. So I don't know how much wiggle room and how much those are actually worth. I know they're worth like a lot of money, right?
Yeah, I mean the Road King itself is a good bike. I mean it's Shade Tree had the Road King Kong with the Stage 4 kit on there. That thing was a beast. But that was a brand new model year bike, and this one's a 17 with like 17,000 miles. You said
the
on it?
mileage doesn't scare me as much because those bikes are ridden a lot.
Yeah, the mileage isn't that big a deal, but it is still a lot of miles.
Yeah.
I think 28 G's for that bike is probably almost 15 G's too much.
15? You think it's worth 16? How much?
If it was 30, I'd like to see it around 15 to 17 G's.
Wow, that's a massive. That's a big drop from it.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean it's a 3-year-old bike with almost 20,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
That's what I would pay for it. I mean it's
Fair?
The
Okay.
Road King is like it's like a stripped down heritage bike. It's not
Yeah.
one of the ones with the big bat wing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the entertainment system. Feels to me like it should be in the 10s, not the 20s.
Yeah.
So
All right. Okay, then let me ask you this question then. Gave me two options. They gave me a brand new 2020, which was like, I think 500 more, but it had absolutely no modifications or anything whatsoever. Whereas the used one with the 2017 with all the miles had everything done to it already.
right.
So in that instance, what would you go with?
Honestly, I'd probably go with the one with all the stuff already done to it.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, so if I'm already going to do all the stuff to it, just give me the. If it's already a used bike, just give me with all the mods in it.
Yeah,
Screw it.
especially when it's coming from a dealership with all those mods, should be just fine.
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking. Then I'm still a bit undecided between the Heritage Classic and the Road King. Honestly, I like them both a lot.
I guess it kind of depends what you want. I mean, the Heritage is a lot of chrome. The Road King's black and red, or black and black, depending. So
I just happen to like both looks. So
yeah.
Yeah. Well, whichever one you end up getting, would definitely drop us a picture if you do get it on, anytime soon.
I will ride out to Texas to.
Well, sweet. We'll look forward to you then. All right, take it easy, man.
All right, you too, man.
Bye. Hey there, Jacob. You're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Oh, right, dude. Let's go. Okay. Hey, so I have a Yamaha Mt09.
Nice.
It is a hooligan machine, but it's pretty bare bones. So I guess just for you guys, what would you say are the necessary bells and whistles? Obviously, it's not a Ducati with all of the lean angle nonsense, but what do you guys need to have in a motorcycle versus what's just extra on top?
I think for me on the Mt09, an exhaust to open it up some for sure. I think that bike, if I remember correctly, the cat is welded to the header, so you usually have to get a full system, which isn't too bad. It's not that expensive. Fuel controller, and then I just get some nice levers probably, and I just enjoy the bike. I think that's what I would do for that one, kind of to start out. But
Yeah, I'd probably just do heated grips and a tail bag, honestly. Just add that on top, and then you got yourself a solid commuter with a ton of power.
What I guess I saw the recent video that mentioned the tail bag. Which is there a brand you would recommend for the Mt09?
what brand's the tail bag you're going with on the KTM?
KTM. I got a KTM Power Parts bag.
Of course you did.
For the VFR, I had a Nelson rig that was designed specifically for the VFR. But honestly, with the Mt09 seat the way it is, you could fit anything on there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because my current setup is bungee cords, so anything's better.
Beautiful.
Than that, I suppose.
Honestly, man, bungee cords work. I've done that on sled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool, man.
boys.
Best of luck on the
Appreciate
Mt09. We're going to open up the lines here.
Yeah.
All right. See ya. Hey there, Arrowhead. You're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Good, and you guys?
Good. What can we do for you?
I had two questions, but I just wanted to say, I think you guys are pretty rad, you know? I've been following your guys' channel for about a year, and I just joined the Discord a couple of days ago.
Nice. Well, glad to have you, man. I hope it's living up to expectations and you're having fun.
Yeah, as soon as my name's Arrowhead, as soon as I joined, everyone started calling me out for being a Chiefs fan. So it was kind of fun. Yeah, I got the royal treatment there.
You never know what's going to happen when you join in.
Yeah, it's like they were talking about bikes, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, look at this guy. He supports the losers, and I was like, oh yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, it was pretty fun. But my first question is, I'm a dual sport kind of guy. I mean, my first bike was a KLX 250, and I was just wondering, would you guys recommend that I mod it out and try and get the best out of it I can, or should I just wait until the 300 comes out and just buy that?
I don't think I'd have to look at the specs really closely, but I don't think the KLX 250 is super different from the KLX 300. And I'm pretty sure with a nice pipe and a little tune on the 250, it'd be just fine. What do you think, Spite?
Yeah, it's not again, I don't think the 300 is going to be making a ton of power. I think it's probably going to be right around that 30 to 32, 33 horsepower range. Basically what the WR250 was making.
Yep.
I'm expecting it to be kind of a lazy little 300. Not that that's a bad thing, but I don't think it's worth going from the 250 to the 300. Because you're not going to get more power. It's not going to be significantly better. I feel like the better upgrade from a 250 would be to get a 500 dual sport, like a KTM.
That's a big ass upgrade. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 500 dual sports KTMs are rad.
Yeah, those things are some
cool.
great bikes.
Yeah,
I think that's the pinnacle dual sport.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I was looking at those KTM's, but I only had enough for the KLX, and I've been looking at the KLX for a while, so I just wanted to pull the trigger on that. But yeah, I see what you guys are saying. It's just, I don't want to pour a bunch of money into the 250 and then the 300 comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I would just put slap an exhaust and a tune on the 250 and just call it a day and just ride it as is. It's going to be just good.
Yep.
But what was your second question?
So mods, like I know there's performance mods and there's comfort mods. The seat, it doesn't really bother me, but like I've seen a lot of other like people who review it like complain about the seat. So like, would you guys think I should just like performance mod it first, since like comfort's not really such a big deal for me, or like seat and like?
I think the thing is, you're going to hear a lot of people say a lot of things online about a bike, and if it doesn't bother you, then it doesn't bother you. First thing I would look at is tires. Especially for a dual sport, depending on where you live, what kind of riding you do, what your split between on and off-road is, tires are your number one thing you should be thinking about. If you're a true 50-50 rider, something like the TKC 80 might be a great option, but if you're more on that 20% road, 80% off-road, like you literally just use the bike to go from trail to trail, then you could get something really aggressive and get away with it. So that would be my first bet to look at for a dual sport bike.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, those answer my questions pretty good. But yeah, I just wanted to call in, see how it is. I've been watching all your Yamcasts like back to back for the past couple of days, and then when I found out I could call in, I was like, hell yeah, I got to do it.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I think we're this Discord call-in's going really well, and I actually like the way it flows over the Google Voice call-in, so I think we might go it this way, so it makes it a little bit easier for folks too.
Yeah. The thing that I like most about him is I've been watching like the meme contests. Those are pretty cool.
We got a really good one today. That's gonna be fun.
The what's it called? Where you put the brands against each other.
Yeah,
that one was a pretty good one. I was kind of happy when I saw Cowie came out on top, but I'm biased.
It's just because we have a bunch of Monster Energy squids on the Discord. That's why.
Yep.
All right, Arrowhead. Well, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem. You guys have a good one.
All right, see ya. Hey there, Zintarian. You're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Going pretty good.
Good. What can we do for you?
Just wondering, have you guys ever tackled fork seals on any of your bikes?
Ooh, I have not. I've always taken it to someone because I'm too scared. I hear they're relatively easy to do. I've just never had the opportunity to tackle them. Spite, have you done fork seals?
It's relatively easy, but I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, it doesn't look that hard, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to tackle it.
Man, I don't. With me and wrenching on bikes, it's like every time I go near a bike, I break two things when I try to fix one thing. So there's some things where I'm like, I'm just gonna take to somebody and call it a day. But I haven't done fork seals yet. I'm sure Ari Henning has a video out doing fork seals or somebody else. I haven't done it, unfortunately.
What about you, Spite?
I just take it to somebody as well. There are a lot of
We're
things.
Such babies.
There are a lot of things that I'll do to a motorcycle, but I had I learned the hard way with my 919 that there are some jobs that are beyond my skill set, and I know when to just tap out now. Like when it comes to fueling the DRZ, I just want somebody. Like the Electron's close, but if I want to get it perfect, I'm just going to take it to somebody.
Yep.
It's not worth my time. It's better for me to just pay somebody a couple $100 to knock it out.
Yeah.
So
what kind of prices have you guys seen on fork seals? Because everybody out in Utah seems to be like $300 plus, even if I just bring
no way.
forks.
I took my my Olin's forks from my race bike to my suspension guy, and he got the fork seals done for like I think $70.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for. And
Yeah.
I caught flack in a motorcycle group here for looking for cheaper than $300. And I was like, man, maybe that's just the standard in 2021.
No, that's way too expensive. Like I had my guy swap out the seals, and it was like $70. So find like a local suspension guy. I'm sure out there in Utah, there's probably like some local suspension guru or something who probably has a shop out of his garage or something like that, who'd be more than happy to take on like a little quick fork seal job. Because for a lot of mechanics, that's the type of job where they can get you in and out and make quick money for the day. Yep. So they like those kinds of jobs, honestly.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, best of luck on the fork seals, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
Hey there, Sir Hughes. How's it going?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. What can we do for you?
Hey, just a quick question. I kind of want to get your feedback. I've, since getting a bike, I've noticed, and I've been driving maybe over a year, riding for a little bit over a year now. I've just noticed now that when I hop in my car, it's just not as fun. I tend to drive slower. I take it a lot easier. Have you guys had the same experience?
Oh, totally.
Riding?
Yeah, I used to be into cars a little bit before I got into bikes, and it's like once I started riding bikes for like 2 or 3 months, I was like, cars are pointless.
Yep.
Cars are literally just like, air conditioners on wheels for me. I daily a Nissan Frontier, so that tells you how much I give a shit about a car.
My Speed 3 is completely stock. Everybody gives me shit about it. Because they're like, oh, you could get 300 out of it if you put a little ECU thing. And I was like, I don't care. I have a
You're like,
motorcycle.
I have access to a Hayabusa.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, but bikes are just way more fun than anything on 4 wheels, man.
Yeah, I found myself doing that. I mean, I thought it was the manual me missing a manual transmission car. So I got myself a little hatchback, little GTI, and even after driving the little GTI, I still find it pretty boring, to be honest.
Yeah. I would literally, and I said this on a video, I think at some point, I was like, I'd rather ride a Ninja 400 than like any Porsche, basically. And people are like, you're crazy. I'm like, that's a bike. It's way more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want. Thanks, Karen. Thanks for validating.
I got you. I got you, dog. I validated you. Don't worry.
I know if it was just me getting old, or I don't know.
No, it's keeping you young. That's what bikes do. They keep you young.
Yeah. All right.
What do you ride?
Thanks. Street Twin.
Nice. That's a good bike.
Yeah. I'm one of those hipsters you complain about.
No, honestly, I'm sad we're giving away the Bonnie. Josh just started up today to go get it inspected. I was like, that's such a good bike.
Yeah. I put little slash cut pipes on there. I put little diamond stitch seat on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
If it's a Toche pipe, I'm gonna ban you.
No, I straight piped it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, cool.
I think it's all British Customs pieces. Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cool guys. Thanks.
All right, man. Talk to you later. Humraz BB, how's it going, man?
Good. Third time's the charm.
I know, we finally got you. What can we do for you?
I just had a quick question. I'm coming in to Austin in June, and I didn't know if they did like anything where I could do like a track day and do like rentals. I know they do like supercars and stuff like that, but I didn't know if they did things like for bikes and stuff, like at the Track of America or whatever, Circuit of America and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's pretty rare, but you can find like track demo days, usually as part of another track day. So for example, I went out to Road Atlanta in 2019 to do a track day with 2 of the other Discord guys, and Yamaha, I was actually there, and you could sign up a bunch of waivers and release of liabilities, obviously, but they would let you take out like the new Mt09 or the R6, or they had an R3 as well. So sometimes you can get in and do like a bike rental at a track day, but it's pretty rare. Like Aprilia just had a demo day here at Circuit of the Americas, but it's pretty tough to get into them. No one does it like they do for supercars, mostly because there's no way to control someone when they just jump on a bike by themselves. It's a really big liability. Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering because I'm in Virginia and whatever, and I think they have Evolve GT does stuff in the area. I don't know if you've ever done anything with them before or not.
I've heard of them, but I've never been involved with them.
Okay. All right. Well, that was it. Something simple. Is there any place I have to go to eat or drink in Austin while we're there?
Ooh, spot you probably know, but I haven't gotten to explore the city much.
So my favorite place to get a drink is a shithole bar on 6th Street called the Volstead. I love that place. It's an absolute dive, but they have a great...
Those are the best.
Yeah, great drinks, cheap booze, nice background or backyard area with some picnic tables, and there's a bunch of food trucks around there. My favorite watering hole in town.
Cool.
I like that. For me, I would have to say there's a food truck called Lil Nana's. They make pizzas, and they're some of the best pizzas you'll ever have. I tried the other day. It was a vegan, it had
you're losing me.
No. Trust me. Listen to me, please. Listen. They had it was with beets and arugula and scallions. Dude, it was amazing. It was so good. Don't sleep on it because it's vegan. They also have non-vegan pizzas, but the pizzas are bomb. You should try them.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. All right, man. Cool. Thanks for calling.
Awesome. Thanks. Bye.
See ya. Hey there, MT Simp. You're on the Yamcast.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Not much. What can we do for you?
It's my first time on the call-in. Actually, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think with the Discord call-ins, we're seeing a lot of first-timers. It's quite good.
Yep.
I guess I only had one main question. On my MT07, I have a Two Brothers exhaust. For you guys, what is your favorite exhaust on the MT07?
Ooh. I think we did on both of the FZ07 and the XSR. Those are both Leo Vinci pipes.
Yeah, so the one that was on the FZ07 was the megaphone that went on the SV650 and SV650X.
They were the dual pipes, yeah. And then the XSR had the underbody pipe, right? The little bread box.
So the bread box I like because it's a little bit more muffled up, and you can take the baffle out, and it sounds real good.
Yeah.
If you want it to be loud, the megaphone one is where it's at.
Oh my god, the megaphone FZ07 that I had was idiotically loud.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it still had one baffle in. Because one of the baffles fell out. I was actually mid-ride, and I was like, why did it just get so much louder? And I pulled over, I was like, fuck, a baffle fell out.
Makes a big difference. Oh my
Dude,
God.
it's crazy, yeah. I mean, that bike, it's literally a crime the way it comes from the factory with how good it sounds with the pipe.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I had something similar with how loud it was on mine. I would kick it up into fourth gear going down the neighborhood, and I would still set off alarms. I didn't mean to, but it would just happen. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But I do like it. It has a really nice throaty tone to it, to be honest. I mean, I was really surprised how much it opens up with an exhaust system on it.
Yeah.
If you have an MT07, you need to put an exhaust. It's a mandatory thing.
Yeah, it makes it feel like a bigger bike than it is. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are the Leos we did on it, but I mean, like, that engine's so awesome that I feel like any exhaust is going to make it sound really good. If you have the means, an Acura is very choice, of course.
Yep.
But they are probably the most pricey ones.
Well, luckily for me, it came on the bike when I bought it. So I
oh,
didn't have to
sweet.
do it.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I got a good deal for like $4,300. So I mean, I was pretty happy with that.
That's great. That's really good. That's about as much as that's a little more than what I paid for the Gixxer 250.
The Gixxer, the best bike in the world.
The best bike. You're absolutely right. Yeah. All right, MT Sip. I appreciate your call, man.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Thank you for letting me in.
See ya.
All right, see ya.
Alrighty, guys, we are closing down the call-in section of our podcast, and we're now going to move to the meme contest. This one's going to be a fun one. Stay tuned. And if you're listening to the audio-only version of the Yamcast, you got to go over to YouTube to see the full audio-visual experience of the meme contest. So we'll see you there. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to the meme contest of the week. This week we had a fun one. It turns out that we had a bit of a gaffe at the end of one of our videos, and Yusaku, my editor, forgot to put a video where I'm pointing to something. So instead we just got this incredible image of me with a white background just pointing at something, which is, you never want that on the internet, do you? It's not a good look. So we thought it would be fun to put that screen grab up on Discord and be like, have fun with this image, make something funny and goofy that we can show to the world. So I think we have some good entries this week.
Yeah, we have some very good ones.
I saw that picture. I was like, I'm fucked. I was like, this is no good.
So, starting us out today, we have, let's see if I can remind myself, Driftin' Fish with our first entry. Pop it into theater mode.
Driftin' Fish here. It says, what happens when you can't intercept a stiff fart in a wind, and he's cutting a Royal Enfield in half with Toche pipes, and I'm dressed like a priest. That's a good Photoshop job.
That's the priest costume.
It is the priest,
for the Busa reveal.
He must have. That's crazy. I don't know how he did that. And the sticker's on there too.
Yeah, and it's like the sleeve is in the right.
That's some good stuff. That's a good Photoshop job.
Dang.
That line,
that's
the line from one of the videos we did recently. I remember when you can't intercept a fart stiff, a stiff fart in I can't even say that, a fart in a stiff headwind. What video was that from?
Oh, man.
Was it the Modern Classic tier?
It might have been, yeah, I think.
Because it was the GT Interceptor, right?
Yeah,
you can't intercept a fart in a stiff headwind. Yeah.
I completely forgot I wrote that gag in there.
Yeah, that was funny.
This is a good Photoshop job.
That's a good Photoshop, yeah.
So, creativity for Driftin' Fish here.
I'd say it's pretty creative. How about a 7?
A 7.
Yeah.
And quality. Again,
I'm impressed with that Photoshop job. That's pretty good.
This priest costume setup is
perfectly mated to my body.
Yeah.
It's incredible. How about an 8?
I think an 8.
Yeah.
And then funniness.
It was really kind of absurd. I have like Edward Scissor Toche hands, and I'm like cutting something in half. How about a 7 for funny? A 7. It's pretty funny, yeah.
Starting out strong with a 22.
22.
Next up is Badassler with our one that's got audio today. So got to put our cool guy headset on.
He did a That quality one. Of course he did. Rock house with the water trench. That's
So,
literally any other motorcycle manufacturer. Castle with moat, and then it's a screen cap. And I saw this on Discord where one of our users said, "If you are calling a moat a water trench, you might not be ready for the aristocracy required for castle living." Which is a fantastic quote from our Discord server.
it is so good.
I think I pinned that comment in the main chat because I was like, "This is incredible. What have I stumbled into?" This is great on so many levels. You know, like it's a deep Discord meme, which I always like, and it's shitting on Royal Enfield.
It's easy
always
points.
gonna win points with me.
Yep.
Always, yeah.
So, for Bad Assler, we've got creativity.
That was pretty creative. A two-parter meme, kind of like a this is bad, this is good type of setup. I want to give it an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
Quality. Pretty high quality.
Pretty high qual. Yeah. A cute little, king outfit that I'm wearing there. Mm-hmm. What were the others? It was rock house with water trench. Is that what it was? God damn, that's good. And it's in Comic Sans font.
Yep.
Damn, that's good. We're ready for quality, right?
Yep.
Let's give it an 8. That's
An
really
8.
good. That's funny. Yeah, I like that.
And the funniness.
The funniness is an 8.5. That got me good.
Yep.
Yeah.
The rock house with water trench. When I saw that, I laughed out loud.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got free clinic with pictures. It's pictures all here on out.
Here we go. We got the Legion, the two factions on our Discord, right?
Yep.
So he's saying here the Bread Boys are the patrician clan, and I'm doing a little Price is Right thing, and it says big damn facts at the bottom of it. I have to rate this one carefully, otherwise people are going to think I'm siding one way or another with our two factions on Discord.
So
I find the Bread Boys to be a little more wholesome,
I think so too.
They just like bread.
Yeah.
That's who doesn't,
So creativity here. This one's pretty neat.
Pretty good. Yeah. I think like a 6. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm exposing something. It looks like I'm a game show host or something there. It's
yeah. If they had gotten you in the red dress, because it's always the woman in the red dress.
Vanna White in the red dress.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's give it a 6.
A 6. Quality.
Pretty good qual. Easy little Photoshop job. How about a 7?
A 7. Yeah. And funniness.
Decently funny. How about a 6?
A 6.
Yeah.
Next up, Lost Pilgrim, who actually rides a Vulcan, which is important for this.
Oh no. When you take being a simp too far. This is a dense meme. It says busted, and I think that's a screen cap from me and some old 919 video.
Yep.
And it says Noob, Yammie, height 5'10", which is hilarious. Born March 3rd, 1998. So, he made me 6 or 7 years younger, which is quite nice. Charged Motophilius is breaking news. Biscotti kid arraigned at Travis County Court pleads not guilty. Infamous Triumph tailpipe twiddler turned in by local Vulcan S group pleads temporary insanity.
Also,
what is that up there?
This is
that
like your
me
dash
naked
cam
or something?
footage.
Oh
Yep.
God, that's good. This is good, honestly. This took a lot of work. That's really good.
I like all the way down to the lower third.
I know.
This is good.
That's good. Yeah, and it's really funny too. That's
creativity.
Man, I want to give that like a 9.5. I mean,
think
it's
so, too.
creative. It's layered. Really well thought out.
With the even with the presenter thing.
Yeah, no, I think a 9.5.
A 9.5.
Really creative.
Quality, also very high.
I think a 9. Yeah, I mean, shit. This is a lot of work went into this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It looks official.
It looks real. Yeah, I think a 9. Yeah.
And funniness.
I like Triumph tailpipe twiddler, the local Vulcan S group. That's hilarious. Yeah, what do you think? Like a 9 as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's give it a 9. That's
swinging
good.
for the fences.
Man, 27.5. You might take it for this week. That's a really good one.
It is.
Man, this is what I was saying about that image. I was like, I'm fucked. This is no good. We got to get one of you like that. See what they come up with.
I guess I'm putting my thumb on the scale a little bit by setting up the contests. So Dabs McGee here is our next entry.
Okay. Tips on buying a used bike. And I say less than 5 years old. Buy something fuel injected. Yep. Make sure it has less than 7,500 miles. Yep. Parts availability. No project bikes. Can't argue there. Buying Japanese. Buy Yamaha. Buying European. Buy Triumph. Done. Do not buy Harley Davidson or Royal Enfield. And you could win. You got enough win by joining Yammie.co. Yeah. Sums it up.
He just wrote a list for us.
There you go. I think I made a used bike video that basically had all the same stuff, if I remember. This all sounds like stuff I said, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't think I said it, if you're buying European, buy a Triumph. I don't think I'd do that. Because I own a KTM, a Ducati, and a Triumph.
You're such a Euro snob.
Absolutely. Making that video earlier this week wasn't even hard. Cool. Yeah, okay.
So, for creativity.
How do you want to rate this one?
So, some creativity went into the points.
Yeah.
But it's just text on a screen.
Just text on screen, yeah. I want to give it like a 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
Quality.
Well, I think it is just text on screen. How about a 5? Middle of the bell curve.
Yeah. And funniness? Not very funny.
Maybe like a 5.5.
5.5.
Yeah.
16 and a half.
You're going to have to bring stronger memes than that to compete for this week. Sorry, Dabs McKee. All right, Dusty K is next. Excuse me, miss. Would you like to turbo my Busa? I just got my little turbo. I mean, that barely even looks Photoshop. How often do you see me literally doing that here in different clips and stuff?
Yep.
I mean, it's not even...
I think that's even one of the thumbnails is you holding the turbo.
Literally, yeah. I hold it like a baby every other day. Which, spoiler for you guys on the Yamcast, we're putting that baby on the Turbo Busa here in 2 weeks or so, and we're getting things prepped because $1 million's coming sooner than you think. All right.
So, our creativity here. I will point out that the turbo is literally just kind of slapped on top of your hand here.
Yeah, it's not beautifully Photoshopped like the other ones are, but I feel like some of those other guys are like pro Photoshop users. Those are so good. About a 6.5.
A 6.5.
Yeah.
Quality.
It's bottom text, top text, and a PNG that's been slapped in there. Mm-hmm. So I want to give it like a 5.5.
A 5.5. Funniness.
But funniness is good. How about a 7?
A 7.
Yeah, I liked it.
19. Still not quite out of the top few. We've had some strong contenders this week. Next one is Black Bag.
So this is funny because it's kind of like the pigeon meme, right? I like this. Yeah, so I'm pointing at a Ninja 400 and I say, is this a Turbo Busa for the starter bike? Good, simple. I like it. Simple and effective.
Agreed.
Yeah,
so,
good.
Creativity. Is adapting our little meme to a well-known meme.
Yeah, that's pretty creative. How about a 7?
A 7.
Yeah.
And for quality, kind of just a PNG.
It's just an image and the text, yeah. So 5.5.
5.5.
Yeah.
And funniness.
Pretty funny. Maybe a 6.
6.
You know, we really should grab some wayward soul from the Discord who's never actually ridden a motorcycle and wants the Busa's turbo. Just be like, just ride it.
Just see what it's all about.
Put an honest-to-God beginner on the Turbo Busa. Put him on the ZH2 that we have now.
Oh, my God.
That's how to kill somebody.
Yeah, that's
giving him a loaded gun. That's dangerous.
That bike is just stupid. Just wait, guys. That one's coming out.
That's a good video.
Next up, we got Boss 2688.
Whoa. All right. In today's video, I rode a Himalayan on the track and immediately sold the desert sled. Quote, made like a gun. Royal Enfield. Mind blown. It's like the kids and the Doge and stuff. So I like it was kind of ironically made.
Could you imagine taking a Himalayan around a track?
Can you imagine taking your sled and selling it for a Himalayan? Why?
That would be brutal.
What a downgrade. It'd be like those people that come from like a 5-bedroom house and have to like downgrade to like a 1-bedroom condo or something because they're down on their luck.
Yup.
That's how I'd feel going to a Himalayan. I'd be like, I have failed in life.
But hey, come on, man. It's Pierre Terblanche made it. He made a bunch of Ducatis.
It's so good, and it tractors up the hill, and it's got so much emotion and character. Fuck off. All right.
Creativity.
I don't know.
Like a
It's
6.
I think like a 6. I can't tell if it was made ironically. You know, that's what I'm struggling with. But I'm just gonna give it a 6. Let's assume it was made in earnest.
Quality?
Here's where I struggle because I know it was intentionally done to be shitty. You know what I mean? It's Comic Sans font and crappy like Photoshop stuff. I want to give it like a 6 as well.
Yeah, I think so too. And then funniness.
Pretty funny. I think an 8.
An 8.
Yeah, I got a good chuckle out of me.
20. Next up, A1 Aces.
Evolution of the Pan America. It's just Bender into an ADV bike. Yeah. You know, if I squint, it does kind of look like a trash bin.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I really see it now.
Like, just
look at his little face. Yeah,
I really see it.
I see it too. Now I can't unsee it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Well, I mean,
that's accurate.
That is.
Yeah.
So, creativity on that one.
Interesting, I think. How about a 7 for creativity?
A 7.
Yeah.
Quality?
Well, it's sort of like a morphing GIF thing. I don't even know how you make one of those. What do you think?
7?
7? All right. Defer that to you. Do a 7.
And funniness?
Funniness? That's pretty funny. How about a 6.5?
A 6.5.
Yeah.
20.5 on that one. Next up, we got Stardust.
So it says, after buying his 5th Daytona, Triumph should finally sponsor Yammie Noob. That's me telling you guys there, and then Triumph saying, no, we won't. I feel like there's so many Emperor New Grooves memes nowadays. They're really great.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in years, but
I'm thinking about just going back and watching it just for the Cusco's poison scene. I mean, that one's just great.
Yeah.
So, creativity here.
Pretty good, I think. How about a 7.5?
A 7.5.
Yeah.
Quality.
Well, pretty simple here, you know?
Yeah.
Nice, easy little Photoshop. How about a 6?
A 6.
Yeah.
And funniness.
Got a good chuckle out of me. How about a 6.5?
6.5. 20.
Nice.
And then, it's like Silphine. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. But this one is got some big energy here.
I love the gradient. Manscaped introduces its exclusive Yammie New Blander line. So blue steel. Yeah, blue steel for your balls. Nothing says speed like being totally shaved. That's pretty good. And they put the little shadow over my... Oh, I think I had that from my hat. But the hair looks... Yeah, it looks real.
Yeah.
I think they took it from Zoolander himself from the film.
Yep.
I like this one.
And he did the thing where he made the hand an object on top of
that's tough.
the box.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Pretty good.
Put some effort into that Photoshop.
Yeah. Got the little Yammie Noob logo and the D and the speed.
Yep. Sweet. Cool.
I like that.
Creativity.
That's pretty creative. How about an 8.5?
An 8.5.
Yeah, I like that.
Quality.
I think another like 8 or 9, honestly. 8.5, you think?
Yeah, I think 8.5.
Yeah.
And funniness.
It's pretty good. Yeah. It's pretty funny.
I think 7.5.
7.5? Yeah. Let's give it a 7.5. It's pretty funny.
Bringing in the half points there.
Yeah.
24.5. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Which means we're going to have a tie at some point.
Got to run off for second, I think.
And then last we've got Easy Wheezy with this one.
Simple. Turbo Busa is not a good first bike, but I would never say that.
No.
It's a good first bike, and everyone knows that.
It's the perfect starter bike.
So you get a 0. Now we'll rate this fairly. Let's think. It's extraordinarily simple. So
creativity.
We might have to be pretty brutal. I think like a 3.
A 3.
Yeah.
Quality.
It's literally just text on the image. How about a 1.5?
1.5.
Yeah.
And then funniness.
Like a 3.
The 3.
Yeah.
Youch.
Womp.
7.5.
Sorry there, Easy Wheezy.
Youch.
All right, so who are our winners for this week?
So our winner is Lost Pilgrim.
Damn.
With that solid 27 and a half.
That was the newscaster one.
That was the newscaster one.
That one was very good.
Let me pull that back up.
I mean, come on. That's really good.
That's really good.
That's really and down to the image on the corner too. I mean, goddamn.
Yep. It's the image in the corner is you in the podium hat.
That's beautiful.
The more you look at it, the better it gets.
Yeah.
So a solid first place there.
Yes.
Now, our second place is not a tie actually because it's Bad Assler and the user whose name I cannot pronounce.
Sylphian?
Sylphian.
Yeah.
So it is going to go to Sylphian. Bad Assler is definitely on cooldown.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And then
we have 22 up there at the top.
22 is in third place, Driftin' Fish.
Nice.
So there we go.
Well, there you go, guys. Spite will reach out and get your prizes to you. Thank you so much for submitting your memes for the week. We do love them. If y'all want to see a version of Spite, we'll try to find a screen cap where it's just you in some picture so you can see what that's like to just look at yourself for an hour or whatever in various configurations.
We got to come up with like some Spite end cards or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. What would a Spite end card be like?
I have no idea.
Just like, you've made it to the end of the video.
Go click on that one.
Goodbye. All right, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. See you later. So, my sweet little squid, this video is actually over, but lucky for you, click on this one right here. You can keep watching your sweet Papa Yam, delivering you the motorcycle content you've come to know and love. Don't worry, I'll wait. I'll be here waiting for you. You're going to click on that video.